Boat Boy, Tintin, flip, man. This guy, okay, Horikoshi, I freaking love it. He just, like, it's just hilarious, to be honest. The way, his expression and everything, he's just so plain. I'm gonna assume he's the successor. So either way, guys, let's get straight into the greatness that is Boku no Hero Academia. 122. Let's get into this. Shinemi-san, it's the first chapter of 2017, and I love it. It's a great start to the year. Very calm, very hype, very funny. You know, it's a Boku no Hero chapter, and that's what I really loved about it. This is a very typical Boku no Hero chapter. Like, it's got the comedy, it's got a lot of content to get into, and it's a nice setup. It really is a nice setup chapter. So, yeah, I just find that hilarious. For one, that he either looks like Boat Boy, but I think he more screams out like Tintin to me. I'm getting really Tintin vibes. But did anyone see like scars on his arms, or was that just me? Because when he was coming around, it looked like he had scars on his arms, similar to Deku. Now I don't know what you can take from that. He does seem like he is the successor. He has to be, because Horikoshi just wouldn't. Horikoshi wouldn't really, you know, show us the back of his head in the previous chapter last year, and then have this, and then just introduce this guy randomly. Like, it just seems like it is, and I think it is the successor. Now it gets me thinking, like, he seems like he'd be an amazing successor, not just with the personality, but his quirk. I don't know what it is, but it screams out Kitty Pryde from X-Men. Now, if you know who Kitty Pryde is, I believe I'm saying her name. It's been some time, but she's the one where it can basically walk through walls. But this kind of seems different. It seems like he can use himself with immaterial objects, inanimate objects. I'm not really sure, but like his face was literally in the wall. His arms are coming out of the wall, and he like transported to the ground and all that kind of stuff. So it was freaking awesome. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's what I do love about Boku no Hero. The quirks are so out there. It really is. So imagine him with that quirk having one for all. Like, that's my question. Why wasn't he chosen for one for all? It makes me think, was it because literally All Might saw Deku and he was just like, in that split second, you were the only person there, you shall inherit my quirk? Was it something like that? Or did he actually know about this student before? So, a lot of things do have to be unraveled about this subject, but yeah, the big three. How funny is that? Come on, guys. You gotta admit, how ironic is it? The big three, you know, One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach, and then you've got these people in Boku no Hero. I know Horikoshi, you know, who knows, to be honest, it could be a translation. Maybe, like, it's actual translation. Maybe they're called, like, the Ultimate Three or something like that. But the thing is, the big three, it just makes me laugh. And it's kind of like, it screams out to the good old days, obviously, with Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. And it's kind of sad of, you know, Bleach, Naruto, they're not there anymore. So I'm seeing it there, and I'm just like, I'm seeing these big three in Boku no Hero, and I'm seeing Tintin, some girl, and a guy that pretty much looks like Sasuke or Ray from the Promised Neverland. So it's just like, it's kind of hilarious at the same time, but it's also quite, it's a nice touch, because we do know that Horikoshi has said multiple times that Kishimoto was his inspiration. So I do love it when stuff like this happen. Maybe it's not even conscious, maybe it's just like, it could make it coincidental, but it just kind of warms my heart. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just, I'm just a fan guy, you know. I'm just like, it's just quite sweet, to be honest. But either way, this chapter, back to school, everything like that. We know that Deku has come back, but I don't think we've seen Bakugo, you know, come back off his house arrest kind of thing. And that was strict, honestly, because when I'm reading this chapter, I'm thinking, hang on. When I first found out they was in house arrest, I was just like, okay, literally what they're going to do is only school, homework, and they're in the dorms. Like, that's what I thought it was. But they couldn't even go to the lesson times. So, obviously that is a good punishment, because it does show you how they've reflected on their actions. It shows you the consequences of their actions, to be honest. Because from them having a fight, which was obviously needed, but from them having a fight, breaking the rules, they then, what's the word, they had to sacrifice their school time. So now they're going to fall behind on work, so they're going to have to catch up on work even more, but they're not going to have catch-up lessons, so I'm going to assume. So when they're back in school, they're going to be literally coming thrown right into the deep end. Everyone's going to be on, like, day 3, and they're going to be, like, same with day 3, but they haven't done the previous days. So they will really need to catch up, even more for Bakugo, because obviously Bakugo is doing the supplementary lessons for the provisional license. So it does really put things into perspective, and it's kind of very real, because that something like that would happen with the school kind of setting if you were in trouble like that. But either way, I just find it hilarious. At the start, we see this new hero. I think I can't remember his name, but he's like a dog pretty much. And it gave me vibes to Bakugo from the Sport Festival, when literally he was chained up, his eyes, like he was barking and like growling and everything. Like, to this day, I still find that so funny and so hyped. But it really did give me that mirroring, and I'm just thinking, like, I could literally see Bakugo as being a hero like that. So that is just kind of funny. But yeah, this chapter pretty much was a setup chapter. We get introduced to this hero internship. So now I'm still a little bit fuzzy. I'm still a little bit confused on this subject. So I'm gonna go a little bit I'm gonna say it to the best as I can. But it seems to me like this hero internship, it's not like work experience. So with the work experience, they literally had a week off academics. They had a week off school. But it seems like with this is literally all in their own hands. For example, the school curriculum is still going on, but with the context, when in the sports festival, all those heroes, all those hero teams that were there, and they were scouting people out, they were looking at people. The students are gonna go, you know, and maybe from those contexts, they're gonna go and call them up and gonna be like, look, I was in the sports festival, can you take me on? You know, can I shadow your work? Can you put me under your wings? Something like that. But it's good. It'll probably happen on the weekends after school, stuff like that. So I generally don't think that literally there's going to be a school break and then the internships are going to occur. I think it's going to happen I think that's going to happen as the lessons go on. So it's going to be a side curriculum, and I really do like that Horikoshi is changing things up, because we've had two things. Where it was the work experience, the Stain arc, where that was, you know, school break, and then they had like work experience. Then we had, you know, the field training kind of thing. So again, that was a thing which was kind of like off-site, so it kind of gave you the illusion of it was like a massive school trip kind of thing. Whereas this is better because, one, it's like Horikoshi, we're doing a lot more things that it seems like a quicker pace. Not gonna lie, it really does. Only not by massive, like a long shot, but it really does seem like the pace has picked up a bit. But you know, it has been addressed. Like Aizawa Sensei, the principal, saying we have to do this. You know, ever since the Villain Alliance has been coming in, ever since All Might's Fall, stuff like this. So we really do know, not only instructionally, that the pace from our viewpoint is picking up, but also their curriculum, their learning, their pace of actually advancing and becoming a hero is quickening as well, because literally time is of the essence. We saw what the villains are doing in society right now. We know that Shigaraki's planning things like these heroes, they need to be on it, and that's what the school is doing. The school is pushing up second years, first years to be doing things which they would naturally do like when they would be third years, but they're doing it now. So I really do like that. It's pushing them, and it really does make me think, because obviously Class 1A is extremely talented. So with the big free introduction coming in, when we see Tintin, Sasuke lookalike, and this girl, literally, when this chapter came out, you know, the discussions of a new best girl was already in. But these people, I'm wondering how strong they are. Bear in mind, they're called the Big Three, and Aizawa Sensei said they're the top among UA. So it's not the top among their year, but actually the entire school of students. So it gets me thinking that they're obviously high achievers, not just in academics, not just in their quirk use, but also in the way that they're a hero. Because bear in mind, UA is a hero school, so they do the normal subjects like English, you know, mathematics, all of that kind of stuff. But then they have the hero lessons, the hero training, and then they have like, you know, what else do they have? What else do we know of? So then they have stuff like with Aizawa Sensei, so kind of like civic kind of stuff. I'm not really sure, but either way, that would mean that those three characters, they're like at the top of all of them. So obviously this is shonen, so we'll probably see them fight, we'll probably see their moves, we'll probably see what they're like in not only in the academic setting but also in the heroic setting. So I'm really interested for that. Who knows, maybe Horikoshi may invert it and we won't see it until ages away. But obviously with the fanboys, so the discussions of like, oh, are they stronger than Todoroki? Are they stronger than, you know, Bakugo? All of that thing has already come up, but like, who knows? We'll have to see in the next couple of chapters. So we only know a little bit about Tintin, but he seems a bit odd. I'm calling him Tintin from now on. If you guys don't get me, he's, you know, the plain looking guy, and it's so hilarious. What I do find the funniest thing is, throughout the whole series of Boku no Hero, what is Deku's nickname? What has he been known for? Everyone calls Deku the plain-looking guy, and then we see this guy. He was pretty much the successor, supposed to be the successor for All Might. So practically someone who's even better than Deku. He is the plain guy. So even to that degree, he's even better than Deku. So that just really made me laugh, because Deku's just like, what? Like, this is too much. So I did find that funny. But what was I gonna say? So yeah, with Tintin, we know a little bit about Tintin, but Tintin's a bit fishy, because when we saw him and he was just like, he was kind of like blanking the girl, it seems like he seems like he's a kind of Shindo-esque character. Like, he puts on a facade to be all happy and goey. Like, he probably is, but he's smarter than he looks. I'll give you that. He's smarter than he looks. But oh my goodness, that girl could not stop talking. To a degree, it was cute, but it could become very annoying if that was like one of your classmates. So guys, please tell me what you thought in the comments below. What did you think of this chapter? First chapter 2017. Start off to a great start. Weekly Shonen Jump. Keep it up. Boku no Hero. Keep it up. Tell me your thoughts comment below. What did you think of this chapter? If you like anything I'd say, please drop a like. That would be greatly appreciated. Shinemi-san, peace out and goodbye.